Hey everybody, welcome to Clarity Tarot. Today's pick a deck reading is going to be, what does your child want you to know? So this could be either a child of yours or possibly even a child that's unborn or that you have yet to adopt. You could even think about, it could just be a child if it's, a niece or a nephew or a child of someone you're dating, for example. Anyway, so we have 4 decks, and deck 1 is going to be with the Garnet Stone and the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Deck 2 with the Desert Rose and the Byzantine Tarot. Deck 3 with the Emerald and the New York City Tarot. And deck 4 with the Cobalt Calcite and the Tarot of the Divine. So check the description box for your timestamp for your pile, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Garnet Stone and the Ethereal Visions Tarot, let's find out what this child wants you to know. So, while I'm getting your deck all shuffled and prepared, would love it if you take a moment to like, share, or subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content like this. And let me know what you think of this topic, if it's useful for you. It's my first time doing this for the channel anyway. I've done it in private readings, but would love to hear if this is something that you want to see more of. And that's another way that your likes, comments, or subscribes help me, just to know, what content do you want to see more of. And since I think I've got, something like 20 subscribers right now and about that many views per video, your opinion goes a long way. So let me know. Okay, so what does this child want you to know, Pile 1? Let's see. First card out is 6 of Swords reverse. Already what I'm getting coming through is don't go away. The Hermit. The 6 of Wands. Page of Wands. The Moon reversed. And 5 of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck, with 5 of Wands behind it, and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but I think I want to channel a message from this child, and take this with a grain of salt, because this is, the perspective of a very young human, which may or may not be accurate, may or may not be what you want to hear, but here's what we got, okay? I really don't like it when you leave and when you leave me alone, and I just want to be with you all the time. I want us to be able to go off and have adventures together, and when you're not around, I feel confused, I feel anxious. I don't think this child would use the word anxious, but that's how to describe what's coming up. Things just don't feel right. I don't feel connected. It's like I want to feel at home and close to everyone, and I just don't when you're not there. Also, there's something about who I'm living with right now where there's a lot of, things just don't feel right. There's disharmony, there's fighting. I want it to feel like we're together at home and like we love each other, and I just feel like I'm always in trouble or I'm doing something wrong and making this person mad. And I think this is the person that primarily this child lives with, by the way. I just don't feel good with them. I want to be with you. I don't know why I can't just be with you all the time. when we're together, it just seems like there's so much more fun and excitement going on. Like I feel like I get to be a kid when I'm with you, and that's what I want. I really want to be a kid. But at the same time, I really don't want you to bring any other people into this situation. If you're dating, I don't like it. I know that you expected that the changes in my living situation were going to cause some stress, but they really have. I just feel like things aren't the way they used to be, and it really upsets me. I just want to be able to see you every day and be with you, and it just feels like things aren't right now. If I also want to be with my siblings. I want more time, just the two of us or just the group of us. I just don't want things to change. I don't want to try anything new. I want things the same. I want them the way they used to be. Why can't they just be the way that they used to be? I want the way things are now to be done, to be over. I want things to go back to how they were. I don't like this juggling multiple places, having to... It just feels like I have to try really hard right now. I know things are going to get better. You tell me things are going to get better. And I believe you. But just when? When is it going to be better? I just want things to slow down. If I was in charge, if I was a parent, I would make sure that there are no changes for at least the whole summer, maybe even the whole year. I just want things to be predictable and to know what's going to happen. I know that you have a plan and you're trying to work things out, and I do trust you, and I do really love you a lot. I am starting to see how things are feeling a little bit better sometimes, especially when I'm with you, versus when I'm in that other living situation. I do trust that things are going to get better. I just need you to be patient with me if I seem frustrated or just extra needy, or I just feel really uncomfortable with the situation the way it is now. I know you can fix it though. You always fix things. I really trust you to make things better. I think that's part of what has been so hard about this. It feels like you've been the person behind this change for the most part, and even though I'm starting to see that it's making things better in some ways, it's really hard for me to accept. But I want you to know that I do trust you and that things are going to be okay. Anything else? I want to go play outside with you. You know my favorite games and my favorite things to do. Maybe you can ask me to go do some of my favorite things with me. I don't like being cooped up in the house. And it's summertime, so it would be great if I can stay up late, don't have to go to bed at a regular time. I love it if you don't give me any chores to do. That would also be great. Thanks, Dad. Okay, so that's what came through for this. And obviously, if you're not a dad, just change that to however. That's just what I was getting that was coming through. Let me clear this for a moment and... Wow, that was a lot of cards. And ask Spirit if there's anything that I missed or that should be clarified. This is really interesting. I haven't done this way before. So curious what y'all think. Okay, Spirit, so anything I missed or anything you'd like to add? Okay, so despite the way this child was talking about being really closed off to the way things are now and really frustrated, they do see the new beginning, the way they do see that it's going in the right direction and things are going the way that they need to, and that the way things were before were going to lead to bad things. They do know that. It's just like kind of wishful thinking. And I know it came through earlier that they didn't want you to bring anybody else into the picture, but they are actually open to a new mother figure, if that's resonating for you. But more than anything, they just want to avoid more conflict, is the thing that they're mostly concerned about. Anything else, Spirit? There's something coming through here about your work. So your child feels, I almost said children, that's interesting. Maybe you have multiple kids that are wanting to come through this reading. Your child feels shut out when you're working, which, I mean, that's understandable. Usually when people are working, they're focused on that. But there's a suggestion here from Spirit to find a way to integrate your child with your work more somehow. Either talk to them about what's happening, show them what you're working on, just some way to help them feel integrated. Okay, any final messages here? Page of Wands. Yeah, so this came through a little bit in the reading, but this child wants to explore. They want to explore the world around them. They want to try new things with you. They're really looking to you to kind of show them the world and really hoping that happens. So let's pull one card to end the reading from this mini Rider-Waite deck that has some advice on here. So I will just read this and let it stand as it falls. Here we go. Four of Pentacles. Pay attention to your bottom line. Don't make any rash cash decisions. Don't loan money. Say no to large purchases. Focus more how you can increase your finances. And the time is perfect now for getting your budget down on paper. Interesting. That seems kind of random with this reading, but hopefully that resonates for you in some way, pile one. Leave me a like, comment, or subscribe for this reading. As I've mentioned, I think 3 times already, I'm so curious whether this is useful for you. So let me know, and hope to see you in another reading. Okay, pile 2. If you picked the Desert Rose, here's your reading. And the Byzantine Tarot deck. Here we go. So while I'm shuffling and just getting this ready for you to get a message from your child or children, deck 1 was pretty interesting. Very specific situation, felt like. Just wanting to remind you to like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Let me know if this reading or others like it are helpful for you, if this is more of what you want to see. It really helps me understand what kind of topics you want to see me read on in the future if you give me some feedback. So I really hope you'll do that. It also helps my channel grow, even though I'm not super focused on that. I do want to be putting out content that people are going to find useful, and the more people, the better, I guess. So let me know what you think of this reading. So, what your child, or what this child wants you to know. Let's see. Lovers reverse, Page of Wands or Page of Staffs, Count of Coins, King of Pentacles. King of Swords and the Fool card with the Empress on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Queen of Cups reversed behind that with the Wheel reversed. Okay, so there's two ways this reading could go. So in the first reading, I actually kind of channeled from the child. I don't think I'm going to do that in this reading. It's coming through a little bit differently. So there's two ways this can go. One way is this child wants you to know that you're spending too much time and attention focused on money, on your career, on your work life, and on starting new things, new projects maybe. And that really you should be focusing your energy on the home environment, on your relationship with your kids maybe, but especially your relationship with your partner, if you have a partner. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is if you don't have a partner, this child wants you to know that that's the best thing that you should be thinking about, is trying to find somebody to integrate into the family that's going to take on a more nurturing role. So that person could be any gender. It's represented here by the Empress, but that person could be any gender, but would be like the nurturing figure in the relationship. So this child wants you to know that that's kind of what's missing. Like if you're wondering how to make things better at home and you're trying to do it all yourself, don't try to do it all yourself. You need to bring another energy in. You can't be all things to all people. So anything else, Spirit, that this child wants to say about that? I have a bunch of cards jumping out here. Let's see what we've got. Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Tower reversed, the Sun, and the Hangman reverse. It's so interesting, this message coming from a kid, but what they're saying is that you have a lot of love to give. Emotionally, you're just such a wonderful person, and it's not going to go the way it went last time. So if you had a relationship that didn't work out, this is going to be better. This time it's going to be, look at the Sun card. If I can pick it up. There's like these two people here, almost like in partnership here at the bottom of the card. So the child wants you to know, like, it's going to be really great for everybody this time. Like, don't put so much attention just on us. Go find someone to add to the dynamic. So I just want to reiterate that, this is the message coming from your child. I'm feeling the need to distance myself from what they're saying. Like, I don't think that you can't be effective as a single parent or anything like that. Or maybe you see yourself as the nurturing figure, so it's coming through a little weird that this kid would be like, oh, we need a mommy figure. So I would just take everything here with a grain of salt. I think what it is coming through is, it's like this kid is saying that they think it's too much. Like you're working too hard to be all things to the household, to them as a parent. And their solution to that is, well, this would just be a lot easier if you have somebody else. I see other kids that have two people. Maybe that would be easier. So it is coming through as like really innocent. So hopefully you're taking it that way, pile two. Okay, what else? What else does this child want this person to know? Same message again. The reason we don't have the ultimate happiness together and the reason you aren't as happy as you could be is you don't have a Queen of Cups in your life. Queen of Cups is just energy. It could be any gender, but look how that's coming out just directly below the King of Cups. Yeah, so this kid wants you to get partnered up, get snagged up, pile 2. Anything else? Anything this child wants for themselves? I mean, it seems like they have a lot of opinions about how to help you, maybe, but anything this child wants for themselves. Temperance. Again, it's a repeating message. So what they want is balance. They want you to be balanced, you not to have to do it all. They want to experience that in their family life. So here's the other thing, pile 2. Let's say you actually are partnered with someone and you're co-parenting with someone. The way to interpret this message would be this child is saying there's not enough of the nurturing emotional element in the home. So it might not be adding another person, it could be adding more of that side. So more of the feminine energy side, which is, passive, receptive, creative. We all have feminine energy regardless of our gender, but it's the energy that receives, that attracts. So yeah, let me just check one more time and see if there's anything else. Wheel of Fortune reversed with the Ace of Swords. This is why things haven't worked out for you. If you're concerned that things are, I mean, we saw that earlier, that you would be concerned to start something new because you would be afraid that it would go the same way as last time. But the message here is, no, the truth is, that was bad luck. That was you working out karma, whatever you believe about that. And this time it's going to be different. So keep going. Okay, pile 2. Let me pull a advice card for you. An advice card for you from what is the name of this deck again? I think it's called the Practical Everyday Tarot or something like that. It's just a Rider-Waite deck with advice. Death. Change happens. Rich or poor, we all face an inconsistent world. This skeletal rider brings news of something ending. Don't fear the messenger. No matter how you fight it, this transition is inevitable. Remember, your flexibility will save you. Somewhere a door is closing, so look for the nearest window. Okay, thank you, pile 2. I hope that resonated for you. Please let me know if it did. I'm so curious. And I hope to see you in another reading. Hey, pile 3, if you picked the New York City tarot deck or this emerald, here's your reading. So we're going to see what this child wants you to know. 2 very different readings so far. Let's see what this child wants you to know. I'm already kind of getting a vibe that this it might not be your child, so maybe it's someone you're dating, maybe you're adopting a child, maybe you're trying to conceive a child, maybe this is a child that has passed. There's some kind of distance between you and this child that would be unusual if you were their primary parent in the world right now. So, what this child wants you to know. Pile 3. Ace of Cups. The Towers. Two of Wands. the Hanged One, Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, Page of Cups, Page of Swords, Death, and the King of Wands in reverse, with Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, I'm going to channel a message from this child. I know we're not together, and that's really hard right now. I have been through so much. I've had so many moments of happiness, and then those were ripped away and everything fell apart. It's hard to look to the future and see anything good coming. I'm just focused on surviving right now. I'm trying to imagine like what things would be like if it was different. If we were together right now. If my previous situation still existed. Sometimes I think about that, but it's hard to even imagine. Things just feel so hard right now. I used to be so happy, and you make me so happy. I feel so loved. I don't even remember what that felt like. I don't want to feel anything right now, because to feel the good things means I also have to feel all the terrible things, and there's so many terrible things to feel. I know that it might be confusing the way I act sometimes. The choices that seem to come out of nowhere, the impulsivity, the shutting myself away. I just need somebody right now. I need somebody to take care of me. I can't take care of myself. I need a parent. I need somebody to tell me it's going to be okay and show me that I can trust them to meet my needs. And what are my needs? Well, right now I need the trauma to stop. I need bad things to not happen anymore. I need the people I love to come back, and I know that can't happen. I need to let some of this emotion settle so that I don't feel so overwhelmed. I need to make sense of the world I'm living in. It's so different than the world I had before. I don't always know what to do with that. I'm really hoping you can help me learn how to open my heart again, how to feel happy again, how to feel like a kid, how to feel like I don't have to be afraid, like you're never gonna leave, and like I'm never gonna leave, and nothing bad will happen, and there won't be any changes. I just want safety. It's hard to believe that there will be a time again when I just feel carefree and happy, and I need that. I'm a kid. It's really hard when I'm going through. I've had to go so far away from my home. I've had to travel so much in so many different ways. I know it's hard for you too. but can you do this for me? Can you pretend it's not hard and just love me? Just help me get through this. Just show me what it's like when nothing bad happens, when life is boring and stable and consistent and it's just you and me. That's all I want. And I know I might act like I don't want it sometimes, or like I don't like you, or I don't want you. I just don't know how to feel. I don't know what to feel. There's so much pain inside. Will you stay with me? Will you accept me? Will you help me figure out what's hurting me so it can stop? I need your help. I think that's it, pile 3. Let me pick these up for a moment. I'm gonna ask Spirit if there's anything else. Now would be a good time to mention, if you watch a reading, this reading or any reading, and it's very triggering or upsetting to the point where it doesn't feel like your situation, it scares you, it feels totally overwhelming, that is, in my opinion, not your reading. Even when you hear a hard message, if it's the message meant for you, there's something about it that will feel almost settling or welcome. So in one of my readings or anybody else's, if you feel not that way, just really triggered, then consider not taking that message. It's always your option. Okay, Spirit, anything else pile 3 should know about this message from the child? King of Cups reversed. That there is love and connection and attachment available with this child, just not right now. That a lot of things have to change. That this child's experienced a lot of death, a lot of loss. They may even themselves have passed on. And that has a really long-lasting effect. And there will be a time where they feel more free, where there is more connection available, where it's not survival mode. And again, this is, if you hopefully you got this from the channeled message, but what this child needs more than anything is nurturing. Almost as if you were to treat them like a little baby, a 6-month-old child, regardless of their age. Just kind of attend to their own every need. Okay, pile 3. And let's pull some advice for you. This is from the Practical Tarot. And we have the 7 of Swords. Sometimes it's better to keep your ideas to yourself. Don't let your enthusiasm reveal things others might like to take. This is a good time to watch for that person who likes to use your ideas while taking all the credit. And for now, focus on gathering your thoughts. You can share them later. Okay, pile 3. Let me know what you thought of that. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 4. If you chose Tarot of the Divine with this Cobalt Calcite, here's your message. What this child wants you to know. Ooh. Let's see what will be in your reading. 3 very different readings so far. Last one was really sad. I might need a moment to shake it off, actually. There's a lot of pain in the world. Okay, Spirit, for pile 4, what is it that this child wants them to know? Lovers. Two of Wands reversed. Ace of Coins. Six of Cups. Death reversed. The Magician reversed. Three of Coins, King of Swords in the reverse. Page of Swords reversed and Six of Swords upright. Bottom of the deck we have Three of Swords in the reverse. So what this child wants you to know is that there's a lot of harmony between you right now. They feel very loved and connected to you. They feel like there's been a new start of some kind, and they don't want to lose that. They don't want there to be any change. There may have been something difficult that happened, either between you or in the family, or maybe even just at school, or any number. I mean, if this is a very young child, like a baby, it could even just be something like a growth spurt, or even being born. I mean, that's kind of a big transition, isn't it, if you're a little one? But anyway, this child wants you to know that they feel settled. They feel like the worst is behind you, that it's just you and them together now and everything's good. That they don't have to worry, that they don't have to look to the future. They can just focus just on this moment, and not have to think about the future or the past. Just be right where things are right now. And if you've gone through anything difficult with this child, the nurturing they've received from you has been really healing. They feel very attached and connected to you. And I'm getting that you may, I guess it's split. It's about half and half for you. So some of you see that and see, yes, things are better. This child's doing well. They feel better. And some of you aren't sure whether your efforts have been successful. And Spirit's coming through to let you know that, yes, this child feels very connected to you, very secure, very happy, is healing. And whatever you've been focused on recently to try to help that along has been really positive. So keep doing what you're doing. Pile 4, it's really effective. What else does pile 4 need to know? What does their child want them to know? What a beautiful card. 9 of Cups. Knight of Swords, 4 of Coins. The Devil, 3 of Wands. We've got the Queen of Cups in the new bottom of the deck here. This child just absolutely adores you and wants to be with you all the time, to the extent that it might even be a little bit annoying sometimes, pile 4. They're in a stage where they want only you, they want more and more closeness, and they don't ever want you to be out of their sight. So, let me clarify the Devil card here. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing wrong with this. There's a message coming through that even though it might be a little annoying at times, I've never got this message with this card, but look at this. So we have the Star and this woman who's holding this little animal. So usually I interpret this card as, healing, positive possibilities, things are going to be okay. But this time I'm looking more closely at her face, and she almost looks a little bit annoyed, like turning her face up to the heaven, just being like, oh dear God, this child is all over me all the time. I can barely take it. And So if that's you, pile 4, if this child is really kind of clingy and it's on your last nerve, there's a message here that it won't be like this forever. In fact, there will be times in the future where you look back at this time and you're like, oh, I remember that when they used to cuddle with me. And you'll almost kind of long for those times. But for now, there's nothing wrong. This child needs this for now, and they will grow out of it in terms of like the degree of cleanliness they have. And the nurturing and support that you're giving them is really important for them. So keep doing what you're doing. Anything else, Spirit, for pile 4 to know? Don't worry, they're just being a kid. Anything that you're noticing in them right now is all normal and developmental. There's nothing that you're missing that you need to be worried about. Everything's going fine. Everything will be fine. And they're growing and developing at a rapid rate in a really positive way. Well, that's a beautiful reading. I hope that resonated for you, pile 4. Leave me a like, comment, or subscribe if it did. Oh, I forgot to get your advice. Let's get your advice. So advice for pile 4, please. Strength. Be your strongest self. Tame your wilder nature while honoring that same strength of will. By channeling your inner ferocity, you can alter an unpleasant situation. Don't try to force yourself to do something you just don't care to do. Choose to work for yourself rather than against yourself. Thanks so much, pile 4. I hope to see you at another reading. Bye-bye.